Welcome back to Bleach Anime Review, episode number 30. Yeah, no surprise, basically, episode 30 this one. We're reviewing technically what is I believe this is the 19th episode of Bleach Thousand Year Blood War, which is also the 385th episode of the series, known as The White Haze. This episode covers several different stuff here. It covers page 17 of 554, from 555, the first 14 pages. 559, pages 10 to 15, even though I actually covered the 14. Chapter 565, pages 2 to 13. 566, pages 6 to 17. And the entirety of 4 straight chapters. Chapters 567 to 570. Yeah, episode starts with Ichigo. Yep. Ichigo's got his alpha, basically the same outfit that Rukia and Renji wore. Or basically his training is completed. A lot of it off screen. And of course, basically he sent out via this stairway from the Soul Palace. Which, the way it seems like Soul Society is like a different plane, like a different planet per se, but by the way the game presents it. And apparently the Soul King's Palace is basically like a city above the clouds. Mostly. Like, pretty much like almost near like the extended outside of almost going to space. So he said, "Oh yeah, it'll take you about a week to run down the stairs via flash foot." It's like, I'll get there half a day. I'll get for the evasion stars. And I'm told, "Oh yeah, the evasion star 3 hours." It's like, damn. Why'd you tell me? I don't want you to training. Okay. So he proceeds to, well, he can't use the pillar because he can't use it all the time because the Squad Zero cannot interfere in this battle. For reasons not exactly fully, well, the reason because their primary duty is to protect the Soul King. Despite the fact he's basically immobile anyway. He can't really do anything. So Ichigo jumps down, goes straight down this thing, skipping the stairs, and he proceeds to take out his cell phone, make a phone call to Kitsuke. Like, oh yeah, and of course, basically, like, he's coming, he'll be there soon. It's like, actually, that's what we're doing, and that's it for Ichigo whole episode, except for hallucination. Meanwhile, though, a lot of the episode is this. This is really cool. We see Rukia fly about, can't find anybody, and then she lands on a rooftop, continue looking for somebody, and then she's touched by the one called F, whose whole thing is fear. He's the guy with the spikes on his mask. Trying to fear in Rukia. Rukia's special ability proceeds to almost slice him to pieces. And this takes almost the entire episode. And of course, then she unleashes his own fear on her after he basically got his mask. Like, oh, he's got like no lips. Like, exposed his teeth. Excuse me. It's almost like he turns to a hollow. Yeah, obviously it's like, yeah, he just turned into a hollow. And he's surrounded Rukia with this big humongous dome where it's basically all these eyeballs that go into her body. And the way they show with this black goo, it's like covering her, which is completely naked, like showing like her shoulders, her belly, her legs, her arms. And this probably would think, oh, maybe they'll show her chest. No, they're not going to do that at all. Purely because basically, my guess is because now you might be curious though. Did they show this in the manga? Like, oh, they censor her chest? Not really. They show her back, but not her chest. Some people might think they might have cut that here, but they didn't. There's no snapshot of her chest. Her naked chest. Nope. Not see it here. And then, of course, basically, she's about to overcome with this fear. And then the dome is sliced in half by a Byakuya. Yeah, it was even quite a while since he was fully healed. And apparently, yeah, his Bankai was stolen. So, it's like, you're like, oh, thank you for some Bankai. My appreciation for his Shikai, though he does probably get back later. And he's like, I would not be the one defeating you. She will. And she says, Rukia, unleash it. And you're thinking, unleash what? Rukia unleashes her Bankai, making its anime debut, showed the fact that Rukia turns to like this ice shrine princess, and she beats him really easily. And it's a gorgeous sequence. We can see what she looks like, and I got to admit, the anime did a great job with presenting the scene here. No comedy here. There's a little bit of comedy at the beginning, but I do appreciate the fact that they finally showed it off. And of course, they run off. And you think, is that where the episode ends? No, because it goes to Squad 4, where you see the lieutenant from Squad 4 still handling people. She get help from the lieutenant from Squad 11, bringing some extra money. And they're having their place invaded by someone named, this weird old guy who the lieutenant, basically pink hair, she punched him in the face, though it's basically a different cheek than what she punched him with. And he's like, "Oh, I'm not here." And this sets up for the next episode. That's literally what this post-credit scene is. An excellent episode, and I can't wait for it. I should announce this. I was shocked to see this. Now, I adjusted a review of this series, my last one, just 6 days ago. And the views this one, I was shocked to see this. I was like, now Bleach, as far as I can tell, this review series has never reached as far when it comes to reviews. Like, views-wise. I saw the viewer count for this one. It's 206. I'm like, so that's my highest viewed episode out of this entire view series. Episode 29, basically the previous episode. Though 23, which is basically a review of the penultimate episode of the first core of this season, got a dislike. I don't really understand the reason for that. Everything else has been liked so far. It's only got 1 or 2 likes, that's fine. But I thought that was kind of weird. The fact that it got a dislike. Yeah, I did not really expect that at all. But this is still really enjoyable. And I can't wait for the next episode. Now, technically with this episode here, you're thinking this is episode 18. Like, 19, excuse me. And... right? 19? Yeah, 19. That, because the fact the first core was 13 episodes, you're thinking, okay, 19, we have about 7 episodes left to go. That's, kind of true, yes. Basically, after 2 episodes from this episode here, for some reason, the series took a couple-week break for some reason. I'm not sure why. And the most recent episode aired in Japan was Hellish Star. And that was the most recent episode they had just aired. So, you're probably thinking, okay, what's the next episode air? At the Headless Star, the next one, which that would air back in Japan on August 26th, that was like a little week ago. The next episode airing in Japan is going to be March of the Zombies, which is airing today. Yes, today. There's nothing updated for that one. And then the following week, September 16th, it's going to be March of Zombies 2, which this is going to be quite interesting to say the least. So yeah, still got about 8 more to go. And actually about 7 more to go. And then pretty much we'll be done with this core for Bleach Styles and Blood War. Yep, so yeah, that's it particular review. Stay tuned for our next, which is going to be Comic Corner, and then basically be Case Closed next, okay? Next video. Bye.